floodgates open once again.
With an early look at Rassie Erasmus's team, the All Blacks can be sure about what they're walking into.
Injuries to hooker Cody Taylor and wing Imoni Narawa, both expected to be out for next weekend.
I think keep bringing the pressure. As a player, you thrive on that and it makes you want to do better. It's what the people of this nation deserve.
If you ever had any doubt about why they call this the greatest rivalry,
Jordy Barrett still going. Israel Dag. Inside. Imoni Narawa. First try for the All Blacks. What a superb try. It's magic.
The city of Wellington has served as the nation's capital for the past 160 years. And tonight here at the foot of the North Island, the city will host the 110th clash between the All Blacks and the Springboks in rugby's greatest rivalry. Tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai haere mai, sana banani, and welcome to SkyStadium for the second Rugby Championship clash in 2 weeks between New Zealand and South Africa. Joined tonight in commentary by two former All Blacks, Jeff Wilson sideline and Justin Marshall.
no mai, haere mai, good evening to everyone joining us here on Sky Sport for the second match in this blockbuster greatest rivalry contest. Did it deliver last week at Eden Park? Absolutely it did. Skills, physicality, drama, and a very tense finish with the All Blacks prevailing. We go again. We go again. How good. A lot of chat during the week about Rassie Erasmus naming his team early and putting in a stake in the ground. Scott Robertson waited to Thursday. Let's have a look at his side for tonight. The front row has Ethan de Groot at loose head, Samasoni Taukiaho coming in for Cody Taylor, and a return to tight head for Tyrell Lomax. Captain Scott Barrett has last week's outstanding lock, Tupu Vai, alongside him. An unchanged back row, the physicality of Simon Parker at 6, sensational Ardie Savea in 7, and the skills and power of Wallace Satiti at number 8. A welcome return at halfback for a fit again Noah Hotham with all the experience of Beauden Barrett at first 5. Unchanged midfield, Jordy Barrett at 12 and Billy Proctor again at centre. And a complete reshuffle in the back 3. A debut, incredible moment for Leroy Carter in 11. Will Jordan moves to the right wing to allow Damien McKenzie to start at fullback. Reserves, Brodie McAllister comes in, Williams, Newell, Holland, Karifi, Christie, Tupaia, and much anticipated opportunity for Ruben Love.
Well, the All Blacks victorious at Eden Park last week by 24 points to 17. Let's look at the Springboks. And Rassie Erasmus has made a lot of changes, but the front row of Detoy, Marks and Inche remains intact. Nokia starts from Eden Park, joined this week by Lud de Jager. In the loose, Sia Khaleesi returns to the flank, while Jasper Visa is back from suspension. A brand new 9-10 combination of Reinek and Feinberg Ngomazula. In the midfield, Willemse has never played 12 at this level and is joined by Kanan Moody. A lethal back 3 of Fussy at fullback, wingers Hooker and Colby. And as always, a powerful bench, a 5-3 split with key impact from the likes of Schneemann, Smith and Esterhazen. Okay, let's go sideline. Jeff Wilson.
Tēnā koe Grant, kia ora Justin. Wellington's windy reputation is again justified as a strong, gusty northwesterly will provide unpredictable, swirling in-stadium challenges for the players. The pitch surface is in pristine condition. The 34,000 plus are ready. This rivalry continues to deliver at every turn.
Thank you, Goldie. And now the cultural challenge. So the scene well and truly set for this greatest rivalry, as Sia Khaleesi, for the 64th time as captain of the Springboks in a test match, second only to John Schmidt. And they look well and truly prepared for this game after the disappointment last week of Eden Park. And out they come. Well, it's been a long couple of months for Jasper Wiese as he set out a 4-game suspension for headbutting against the Italians. The 21-year-old or 29-year-old has been a major part of the Springbok pack in recent years, and he will certainly relish facing the All Blacks on his return. So now it's time for Scott Barrett and the All Blacks. These two sides playing in Wellington for the 16th time. The All Blacks have won 9. The Springboks 4 and 2 draws. Well, what a night for the 26-year-old boy from Tauranga, Leroy Carter, as he makes his All Black debut. All Black number 1,232, best known for his prowess in the Sevens game, where he played at both the Commonwealth and Olympic Games. Carter has made an outstanding transition to the 15s game, and does he look relaxed?
Ladies and gentlemen, this week, Springbok players Bevan Fontaine and Jan Boylan Kortsia sadly passed away. Bevan played 2 test matches in 2006 and 2007, while Jan played 6 test matches between 1974 and 1976. Tonight, we ask you to stand if you are able and join us in a moment's silence in memory of Bevan Fontaine and Jan Boylan Kortsia. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you are able, please remain standing and join us in the singing of the national anthems of South Africa and New Zealand, performed by Signature Choir.
beautiful and moving renditions of the respective national anthems of South Africa and New Zealand, and emotional too for the new boy, Leroy Carter. Now he gets to join the haka, which will be led tonight by Billy Proctor. A number of those young Springboks watching the haka for the first time, and done with plenty of passion as well, as you expect, between the two old enemies. Cody Taylor not involved tonight. Great side here at SkyStadium in Wellington. Tonight's referee from Georgia, Nika Amushkili, refereeing the All Blacks for the 6th time in a test match. Angus Gardner, Jordan Way of Australia, Eric Gosson and Brett Cronin completing the refereeing team. And we are almost set to roll here at SkyStadium in Wellington. And the Springboks are unbeaten in their last two here as well, having won in 2018 and drawn in 2019. So the countdown is on.
Time is on.
And the 110th clash between the All Blacks and the Springboks is underway. And McKenzie goes up high, and immediately the ball falls for the box and snapped up by Inche. And the ball deflected into the arms of Ethan Hooker on the left wing side. And the Springboks have the early momentum in the game. And they get it wide. Farsi almost through. And they drive it to within 5 metres. It was the All Blacks who made the big start last week. And is it the Springboks this week, as Kanan Moody is taken in a really good tackle. Now Reinach gets it away, nicely snapped up, and the cross kick, straight out battle between Hooker and Jordan. Now Farsi can't link up, and the ball goes into touch. Boy, what a start to the test.
What a start. The Springboks down through the middle. Apalele Farsi was the man that charged through the fullback to the middle, beat McKenzie in the air. From there, the Springboks, couple of line breaks. The tackle you mentioned was by Leroy Carter, needed to be made. However, The All Blacks' discipline have let them down in the opening exchanges of this game. An early opportunity for Springboks. What is Sia Kolisi's mindset?
Statement of intent was made in terms of the willingness to play the ball, second man plays, and I anticipate here they are going to go either through the forwards or to the corner, because they are clearly wanting to play here at SkyStadium.
Feinberg in Golo Zulu puts it into touch, and they are going to attack from minute 2.
If they drive, keep an eye on Malcolm Marks. He's so good if he gets the ball at the back.
They go quickly. Oh, they've overthrown it. And away goes Savia. As the line-out wobbles continue for the Boks. Hotham, away it goes to Ethan de Groot. And the All Blacks looking to settle this after the electric start by the Springboks. So it will be Noah Hotham making his first start in a test match. Almost charged by Diaga. Ball drifting towards the far touch. Colby was up there. He lost it forward.
Tackle! Green tackle!
And so it's there for the All Blacks. Still in their own 22. Hotham again looking to make the clearance.
Now use it! Stay green, stay green.
And this time he hooks it safely into touch.
Oof, what a let-off, though. I talked about Malcolm Marks, how dangerous he can be at the back of a line-out ball. Well, what he didn't get right between him, his lifters, and the jumper, Luther was the throw. The All Blacks managed to scramble out, but they're not out of the problems yet.
So Marks tries again. This time delivered by Nokia. And we've heard a lot about the Springbok backline. Very good defence by Will Jordan, and the ball's been lost in contact. And we go to the first scrum of the game.
Well, completely different mindset. The zones they were hitting yesterday were midfield. The first opportunity they had in this game, in this part of the field, is to go outside centre. Not at centre, outside. But Will Jordan was up to it. Two of the greatest players in the world right now. Colby and Will Jordan came together. Will Jordan comes off best this time.
Yeah, that willingness just to use the ball and pop the ball into space. It's not the biggest backline you'll see from the Springboks. No Creel, no Delende, but plenty of sleight of hand and acceleration and footwork.
The scrums became a talking point last week at Eden Park. And the Springboks have retained the same front row.
I thought you did. Let's go. Don't move. Now this is. Let's go.
They've only set one back, the Springboks. So they are aware of the All Blacks' opportunity to attack from here, because this is a place that you probably want to phase first rather than risk a kick from set piece.
Scrum goes down, but has been snapped up by Satiti. Got it off to Geordie Barrett. And Hotham swings it away to this near side. Once again for Hotham. Lobs it down towards halfway. Fussy, good contest. Won by Will Jordan. All Blacks win the aerial battle there. Now Beauden Barrett gets it away to his brother, Geordie. Springboks try to turn it over. Can't get it, though, as Hotham works it off to Tupou Vai. Still 5 metres on the All Black side of halfway. 5 minutes gone in the game. Now Jordan shovels it out to his skipper. Now a bit of space for Savia. Finding McKenzie. Pops it up again, and Scott Barrett is there, and they take the ball inside Springbok territory. McKenzie swings it away for Parker. Now quick hands needed. Satiti's wide. Had to wait for it a bit though, Carter. First run for Leroy Carter. Almost down to the 10-metre line. Now de Groot at first receiver. Ball put on the boot by McKenzie. And it's gone into touch outside the 22.
Oh, well, we are in for a spectacle if this tempo and pace in the game keeps up. The All Blacks wide to wide. Few Springbok defenders biting in, some really nice work from the Barrett brothers, Bowden and Geordie, to find the space on the outside. Lovely flick on from Satiti. Both teams look set to play this evening.
Just watch the All Black line out. Got up and prepared to contest last week at Eden Park. Watch them working on the ground, trying to find the right space.
All Blacks not contesting on this occasion. Carried up by the skipper, Khaleesi. Big collision with Wallace Satiti.
Now stay, don't go in the second man. No, I told you.
Now Kobus Reinach. Lining it up as Geordie Barrett got it on the second occasion. As Hotham swings it away for de Groot. And penalty.
Yeah, he's got Lomax for angle on the clean. Really interestingly, tactically, the All Blacks dropped Geordie Barrett back, expecting the Springboks to box kick from that zone, and he was under pressure, but went to show how good he can be in the air. But just off that ensuing breakdown, the clean out was inaccurate, and this gives the Springboks a chance to get down again into the All Blacks 22.
Just emphasise in terms of the ball in the air. Just like this, it pushes it way infield.
Boy, the All Blacks playing with the ball inside their own in-goal area. And in the finish, they did pretty well. Through Carter, it's not out yet though. And now the Springboks to bring it back.
Oh, wow.
And Feinberg in Ngola Zulu. He is an electric player in the number 10 shirt. Now it's carried up by Thomas du Toit. As Reinach works it away to his right. And the All Blacks backed onto their own 22. And big counter-attacking there, or counter-rucking from Tokiaho. Now snapped up by Lud de Jager. And the Springboks have been turned over. Now McKenzie goes wide. Bowden Barrett, partially charged. Satiti almost got it, knocked it on. And they'll have to go back for a scrum, and there's an All Black being left on the ground way back near the 22.
Oh, wow. Sasha Feinberg, Mgomazulu, the footwork he put on, the speed that he attacked it. Check this out. And then the bump on Noah Hotham. Man, there is some intent to play. Plenty of threats across the park, and the All Blacks also. Why not Adi Savia over the ball, showing ambition to play outside of their 22. We are on for some sort of game this evening.
Yeah, the player is down, it's Noah Hotham as well. And remember, he has just returned from an ankle injury. But you're right in terms of the tempo and the willingness, and this is not a good sign. And they're going to have to take some time here, as long as they possibly need, but well, frustrating.
He was the player initially that made the tackle, and there you can see what's happened is the weight of the attacker over the top of the ball, which was Diaka, and then he folds his ankle underneath the weight of not only that player but his own body weight as well. Not pleasant.
And Springboks as well, having to go to their bench early. And so RG Snyman has come on, so it looks as though Lud de Jager is gone. I can't see what the issue is there, but it looks as though it's some sort of leg injury. So early changes coming for both teams.
Yeah, both teams are going to lose players. It looks very much as though Noah Hotham is being led off. So the All Blacks lose their halfback inside 10 minutes. And Finley Christie, one of the heroes from Eden Park, is on the park. And RG Snyman, the massive man playing his rugby these days at Leinster in Ireland, is on the park.
They've left themselves a good blindside here, the Springboks to the left, as we're looking at the shot from the scrum.
So Reinach gets it in. And they've got a penalty immediately. So the Springboks through Willemse take it up. Now the little jab through by Ngola Zulu. Kobe! Oh! he's lost it.
Who was that?
What a tackle.
Going back for penalty. No try. No, it's not. We're there.
What a save that is.
Okay.
What a
No
save.
try. Going back for advantage.
The kick from Mngomezulu was perfect. And Colby with his speed, look at him go. Who's coming across for the All Blacks? Geordie Barrett hits him in the exact right spot. When a player is over the line, you've got to do everything you can to stop him from getting the ball to the ground by attacking the ball in the chest region. He did that. It was enough for Colby to spill it.
Yeah, the Springboks are going back to the scrum penalty, but this will be for 3 if they take the shot rather than the 5, maybe 7 and change. They're looking as though they're going to go to the sideline. But what a remarkable tackle. Colby probably just had to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer. He tried to free his arm to put it down. 3 not good enough, Justin. They want more.
That mindset's very obvious, isn't it? Very obvious in the opening 10 minutes of this game. The Springboks have had kickable opportunities. They clearly want more tonight.
Noah Hotham's first port of call. He's gone for an HIA. He did limp with an apparent ankle injury.
So it's a free kick here from the line-out. So the Springboks, all the momentum in the game at the moment as Willemse takes it up inside the 5-metre line. Visa stands over it. And once again, the All Blacks have to man up in defence. Now, Oxenche, right, gets it away for De Jager. That's how close they are. Stamen! Oh, gee, Stamen for the Springboks.
And you would have to say reward. Reward for the start, reward for the persistence, and the ambition to want more than 3. They do get more. Quick tap off the line out, and then they just came hard. And with real firepower, the Springboks. RJ Snyman, he goes over. And man, what a start for the Springboks.
Yeah, impressive big body. It's great carries, good intent. The footwork, though, you would have to say, of this backline already as the conversion goes over. 7-0 to the Springboks. I think they will look at a potential knock-on from Kobus Reinach at the previous ruck.
Check.
We'll check Kobus Reinach at the back of the previous ruck before that pass for a slight knock-on.
Well, this could be a classic anticlimax. Springboks with all the momentum in the test match. But we are going to go back and check.
It's coming.
Yep. Clear knock on there.
Oh dear.
Clear knock on. Okay.
That has got the crowd on their feet.
Happy Eric, no try.
That
Scrum
looks
black.
very much like a knock-on and will be ruled accordingly.
No try.
Yeah, certainly was. The carrier was Oxenche. Went hard at the line, but the tackle from Lomax jolted the ball free, which meant it bobbled its way back to Kobus Reinach. And he just, with his fingertips, touched the ball, propelled it forward. A let-off for the All Blacks after that. Momentum from the Springboks. How big a moment is this in the game? There's Lomax. Just hits him in the midsection, and then the ball comes free, and he can't handle it. Right call.
Huge let-off for the All Blacks, who have spent most of the game defending.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
So, Finlay Christie to feed an All Black scrum that is now collapsed. And he's offside. Kobus Reinach.
Okay, tight head coming in and down.
He's got Thomas du Toit on the tight head side for the Springboks. hinging. They had to go, the Springboks, but fair play to the All Blacks. They were up to the challenge.
Well, just look at the territory after nearly 14 minutes. Tokiaho with the line-out throw. Won by Vai. Now Beauden Barrett goes wide to Geordie Barrett. All Blacks looking to go even wider. Proctor busting through the first tackle. Now Christie away for Beauden Barrett again.
Roll. Oh, it's okay, he's rolling. No,
ball is available there. If don't know whether he can get his arm free. Here's Carter. What a good little run from Carter. Nice interplay by the All Blacks. Now they've got a chance. Beauden Barrett decided to go back inside. Tokiaho for Geordie Barrett. And that's been knocked down. All Blacks complaining they thought it was an illegal challenge at the ball.
Yeah, his fullback, Apalele Fassi. I think he had two hands at trying to grab at the ball, and his timing was pretty good. He wasn't sticking an arm out. Nice from Proctor, gets on the outside of Moody, and then the worker Leroy Carter steps. Another step, then an offload. Check out the hands here. Beautiful from Tu'uvai. Samisoni Takaho gets an offload away as well. Possibly Beauden might think about next time shifting that on. And there was Fassi coming through.
Yeah, I think Beauden Barrett would love to have his time again and just give that and stay in support, but wonderful intent with space on the outside, even in the 22. Defensively, Carter getting himself involved, but trying to use ball in hand first before committing to a kick if they're going to, but some really nice touches from both sides early in this game.
I just wonder if they do think, remember the cross kick from last week? Because Cheslin Colby just offers you so much space. He's real tight to his centres, and there is room in that outside channel for Beauden Barrett to think about hitting Leroy Carter, who is all alone out in that sort of 20-metre space he's got on the far side.
Free kick for the All Blacks. Satiti goes quickly. The Barrett brothers combine. Geordie spins out of a couple and sets it up nicely for Christie to swing it away for Beauden Barrett. Way to Carter. Bit of space for him. Closes pretty quickly, though, with Colby onto him. And the Springboks aggressive at the breakdown. Lomax gets it wide. De Groot. Now they go wide again. In the wide channels for Ardie Savia. Here's Parker. Simon Parker smashing his way through. And there's a Springbok being left on the ground as the All Blacks carry on through Jordan de Groot. Geordie Barrett again. Now Beauden Barrett. Here's McKenzie. Carter delivers up to Satiti. Deep inside the 22 here, the All Blacks. Looking for quick ball, Christie. And he gets it too. Here's the cross kick. Parker's out there. He's got Ardie Savia. Ardie Savia. What a good tackle on him. But they're only 5 metres away here. Is Geordie Barrett. Away for De Groot. Jordan. Quick hands again. McKenzie. And the final pass. Try on debut for Leroy Carter.
And what a try to be on the end of Leroy Carter. Width in the All Blacks game. Side to side. Really spacing out the blitz defender of the Springboks, finding space and causing massive problems. This is the finish. McKenzie to Leroy Carter. This was earlier on, and the shift on to Satiti in the outside channel. They went far wide again. The cross kick from Geordie Barrett was perfect. Check this out from Simon Parker out the back. The two Lucy's working in tandem. They did well to get Ardie Savia there, but look at that beautiful hands from De Groot. Lovely from Satiti, nice again from Barrett, on from McKenzie. Everybody fulfilling their roles. Boy, you don't get many better than that.
Going back to go forward, holding their depth, showing their skills. That is champagne rugby at its very, very best. South Africa having to make a change. HIA at first 5. Which means Feinberg Mamazulu has been replaced by Mani Labok.
Up go the flags. McKenzie from the sideline. And it is the All Blacks who strike first and lead by 7-0.
Doing the simple things well, making the good decisions. Carter scores, but that is the ultimate team try.
Match taking its toll early. 3 players off the field. And Mani Lebok with the kickoff from halfway. Taken down by Geordie Barrett. And he bangs it into touch.
Update on Noah Hotham. He has failed his HIA. He will not return.
Well, one thing that Leroy Carter can do is play halfback. So whether he's required there at any point during the game, he certainly played at that level, at first-class level, as a halfback. So Marx's throw is a good one. And now the Springboks take it up through Ethan Hooker, their left winger. Now Reinach for Lebok. Shown a real willingness to move the ball tonight. Schneemann denied a try earlier, slipped the pass to Marx. And it's there for Cobus Reinach again. Now Lebok. Didn't really get the distance he was after. And it's fallen for Oxenchak. All Blacks over it. Barrett's over it. But no advantage. So back for the knock-on by the All Blacks.
You wonder, with that change at first 5, whether that changes the way the Springboks have started this game in terms of their intent. This is a great attacking opportunity. For the first time, we saw them go to the air in the attacking half after just 2 phases. So is there a willingness to continue to play like they have in the first 20 minutes? I can tell you this is an electric crowd. They are well and truly engaged in this game because they've been thrilled with what they've seen today.
Coach!
Perfect conditions for flowing open rugby, and that's what we've had so far in the test match. Springboks trying to exert some pressure at scrum time. Now told to clear it. So Reinach goes straight across to Willemse. Reinach again. Oh, he's knocked it on at the base.
Well, it's messy.
I'll speak to him.
Again for Reinach. Willemse was the carrier.
Was already out when he tried to play, he didn't.
And there was a lot of bodies and problems in the way.
Don't go towards him like this. It's a knock on here.
A warning for Tupuvai.
I got him.
Here's a tackle from Beauden Barrett. Geordie Barrett needed to be cleaned, and then as Reinach looks to clear it, it's just a hand on the ball. I think it was the hand of the ball carrier. Possibly not, actually. Phillips hasn't got any tape on his wrist.
No, I think it may have been an All Black hand.
Yes, you think you might be right.
Just lingering around a little bit longer than required, but enough to force the error.
Boy! Set! Oh!
Oh, the Boks put a big scrum on, but the All Blacks have cleared it quickly. Great defence. Ball popped up for Carter. Slipped out of the tackle, and that's a high shot by Cheslin. Colby holds his hands up and apologises.
Just a hand.
Well, if you ever wanted to sort of know and be explained by what blitz defence is, that was the perfect explanation, because that was just line speed like nothing else. Yes, Colby got it wrong, but one comes, they all come, and they just are doing it with tempo and speed. The All Blacks tried to get a little block play working, but man, in fact, they just had defenders sprinting at them. Check this out. Bang, bang, and then he comes, bang. Don't want to give you any time on the ball.
Tokiaho. 7-0, the All Blacks lead on the back of a try by Carter. Vai for Christie. Straight across to Geordie Barrett. Saw a gap, but it closed very quickly.
I know, you're chopping it.
Now Christie. Up the middle goes Taukei'aho. Nice run. Looking to offload.
Come back,
5 metres out from the 22. And the All Blacks attack away down the left again. Intercept. Cheslin Colby. Good night, nurse.
They denied him earlier, Cheslin Colby, but you cannot keep world-class players out of the game for long. They'll always bite back, and Cheslin Colby up the All Blacks looking to find some space again on his side of the field. Steps in, the pass, this one from Proctor. Yes, there are players in space, but Colby stood in that space. It went into his lap, and absolutely it was good night the minute it was in his hands. Too much speed, the box, strike back.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful play. The fake on the inside, like he was going to commit himself as a defender. Then he ran into the space, stuck the hands out, and he goes the length. Geordie Barrett can't get back to cover. But the Springboks against the run of play. The All Blacks keeping the ball alive. Sometimes it can hurt if you don't quite get it to hand.
Mani Lebok to convert, and he does so. 7-all. What a test match so far. 25 minutes gone. Beauden Barrett with the restart, lined up by Schneemann. Took it down beautifully.
And now use it.
And now Kobus Reinach.
Right, let's go. Give access, 21.
Hard to win and hard after it. It's fallen for the All Blacks. So now Beauden Barrett, well and truly nailed, just on the All Black side of halfway. Now Christie works it away for Scott Barrett. Here's Bay on the charge. Referee's got the arm out. There's Christie, feeds it wide.
Tackle.
Now Geordie Barrett to Beauden Barrett. McKenzie jabbing it through. Proctor's coming hard. And they had to play at it, the Springboks. And it will be All Black ball.
Line out here, advantage over there.
Taukei'aho for the All Blacks. Unchallenged by now Beauden Barrett to his brother Geordie.
Go. Advantage. Have to roll.
Penalty advantage coming the way of the All Blacks as Christie swings it away to Parker. Here's McKenzie. Carter flying onto it, but
no advantage.
No advantage. So back for a penalty. Bit of a scuffle.
Easy.
Well,
Easy.
you could hear
You don't need to drive him.
Mashakeli, the referee, quite clearly encouraged the Springbok second arriving player to leave it because the tackler, Springbok tackler, was not rolling away, so he needed to not try and get over the ball, and Jackal, which he's just explained, didn't listen, and it was just going to be an obvious penalty right from that moment.
I think the challenge for any team as we watch here, and here's marks on the ball, and player not rolling away, wasn't clear. The challenge, Justin, when you concede an intercept try, is to not continue what is getting great reward in terms of keeping the ball alive. The All Blacks have had such success at putting the defence under pressure. It's the fact, don't go away from that just because you've given up a 7. Stick to your game plan, trust that it'll get the right result.
So here's McKenzie looking to add 3 and does so. So the All Blacks back in front at SkyStadium.
Sasha Feinberg, Mamanzulu, he has failed his HIA. He will not return in this contest. Mani Lebok will remain at 10.
And it will be Lebok from halfway. Geordie Barrett holds the hand up. He said, "I'll grab it."
No, we play tackle.
Does so.
Tackles, mate. Why? Tackles, mate, no problem. Now use it now.
Christie from inside his 22. Challenged by Nokia. Another good contest, won this time by Fasi. Now Reinach. Here's Kobus. Jasper Visa, in fact. Gives it to Kobus Reinach. Now Lebok. Bowden Barrett had a go at it. Ball's come loose. Look at the footwork here from Willemse. Got his pass off to Nokia. Kanan Moody playing at halfback. Now Reinach is there. Lebok looking to get it across to the man making his first start, Ethan Hooker.
Go back.
As Reinach, Schneemann offloads beautifully. And again, ball popped up. Keeping the ball alive, the box. Reinach. Here's Oxenchair. Away to Marks. And the ball has been lost in contact. Outstanding play by the Springboks.
They are asking some questions, particularly post-contact, where they're getting just beyond tacklers and offloading. Schneemann's been outstanding at it. Off the ground, Visa. Kobus Reinach, dangerous with ball in hand. Look at this flick out the back to Inchair. And then Oxenchair dragged to ground. And Marks is just grabbed by Satiti as it was looking like another offload happening. That's fantastic interchange of passing in a real tight zone.
A little bit of trouble for Kobus Reinach, the 35-year-old. There's a lot of youngsters in the back line. He's not one of them.
He doesn't look 35 in terms of the way he's playing, with great energy getting around the park. To be fair, halfbacks are pretty ageless, Justin, aren't they?
They say so, Jeff. Whoever they are.
Man, this is a game and a half. There's so much talent in this back line for the Springboks in terms of evasive ability.
Another pressure scrum here for the All Blacks. Again, the Springboks, but Satiti slings it wide. And the clearing kick is made downfield. And it is a good one. But that All Black scrum is just creaking a little.
The tempo is taking a toll, though, on the Springbok forward pack, where they put all that energy in. It's taken them a long time to get back to halfway. Just halfway, it looks as though Kobus Reinach is going to have to go for an HIA. He's been instructed by the medical staff and the medical team on the sideline. So it means Grant Williams is going to go in his replacement.
Medic. They said 9.
It's taken a real toll, this test match.
On the line, Scott, on the line.
The fourth player to leave the field in the first half as the line-out throw. Won by Diaga. Now Williams, who's there. Away for another replacement, Lebok. Challenging kick. Ball snapped up by Parker. And the All Blacks will have it inside their own 22 with Christie. Gets it back to Bowden Barrett. Here's Lebok thinking about a quick one, but passes up on that opportunity.
They're back to where they started, 5-man line out from here. They won good ball, but Lebok decided to kick, and there was a real contest at the back. Kanan Moody, know how good he is in the air, but it bounced favourably with the All Blacks. So we're back to where we started. What's the tactic this time round? Lebok definitely kicking more than Mgomazulu. So the mindset slightly changed simply by who is first receiver now. I think the Springboks look better with ball in hand.
Marks throws. Won by Schneemann. Marks will get it back. Away it goes to Williams. Hooker. Good charge by Willemse. He's been really impressive, making his first start in the 12 shirt. Here is Kane Moody, held up in the tackle of Geordie Barrett, and the All Blacks look to put pressure on breakdown time. Now Diaga goes behind Lebock. It's still there though. Now snapped up by Visa. Good charge by the big number 8 forward. Williams away for Hooker. Big man on the left wing side. Williams again. Now Oxenchag. Williams again swings it away for Lebock. Another kick. Away towards Colby. But everybody watches it over the touchline. Well, he's been around a while, Marty Lebock, playing his 22nd Test match. Bit of confusion around. I think they had another ball on the ground. So Samasoni Tokiaho with just over 5 minutes until half-time in an absorbing Test match. As Savia links up with Christie. All Blacks trying desperately to get it wide. Proctor.
Turnover.
Turnover. All Blacks didn't have enough players at the breakdown. Here's Khaleesi. Peter Steph du Toit. Bassi back inside to Hooker. He gets monstered by Satiti, but it's still there for Williams. Springboks retaining possession. Visa away for Lebock. Trying to slide his way through was Kane Moody. And this time the penalty. And it was a neck roll.
Oh, it's broken play. Beauden Barrett's gone quickly. There's no one home for the Springboks.
Boy,
if this stays in play.
Boy.
Yeah. And look at the kick as well. It's given the All Blacks a real opportunity from line out here, but I was about to say, the Springboks off broken play, though, looking to go. They've got Fussy limping back. Ethan Hooker's slow back. You can see there he's got a bit of a scratch on his face. And the All Blacks jammed in defensively and really shut them down well when they were looking threatening.
Oh boy, they've got overlaps here. The All Blacks, if they can get it away quickly. Oh, it's a bad throw, though. Chance is gone. Here goes Willemse. How impressive has he been? In fact, it's Fussy this time. So good on their feet.
He's got it. No, don't play him.
Real opportunity lost there. The Boks were down. Out wide. Here's Malcolm Marks. Busting through the tackle of Tokiaho. Now reaching in is Christie. Away for Scott Barrett. Here's Beauden Barrett. McKenzie dribbles a little kick in, but it doesn't go as far as he wanted. And the other chase is on. Colby and McKenzie, clever. For no! Knocked on by the Springboks. Snapped up by Parker. Some spectacular stuff going on here. Here goes Beauden Barrett again, looking for the safety of the touchline. And he finds it.
Just look at these players. They are gassed.
Boy.
Absolutely gassed.
So they should be, Jeff. Honestly, the entertainment, the width in the game, the line breaks, the skill set, passes in and pre and post contact, the power, like we see here from Malcolm Marks. Boy, this has been an entertaining first half of rugby. Incredible.
Change being made. Andre Esterhuizen is going to come on. There'll be a reshuffle in the back line. And it looks as though it's Afalele Fussy who's the player who's going to have to go off. Look at this end-to-end action. That bounce of the ball, the tap from one player to another.
Well, they do have great versatility. That's Afalele Fussy, and Esterhuizen's come on. So Willemse, he can play across the back line from 10 right across. He's playing 12 today. He can play 10, he can play 15, he can play wing and centre. So they have got the ability to compensate for losing players. But man, just before half time, if they lose this man Fussy and Mngomezulu, that just leaves them. Well, at the moment they've lost all three, haven't they? Because they've got Reinach HIA.
And I'd just say this, there's an issue as well. Now we've got the medical staff on the side of the field coming on, insisting there is another player, or a player goes off. This is very interesting.
So Damien Willemse played fullback in the World Cup final. So you'd imagine he'll drop back.
He'll drop back. Esthuizen will go to 12. Moody will stay at centre, obviously. And again, Grant Williams can play across the back line as well. He can
And
play
Quagga
wing,
Smith,
so...
Quagga Smith can probably play anywhere. He can play in the midfield as well, if need be. Hussey's been good. He's got involved.
So Andre Esterhuizen will play in the back line, but he can play flanker if you want.
Absolutely, yes. What 37 minutes of rugby we have seen. And for all of that entertainment I was talking about, we have seen some carnage as well.
And it's 10-7 on the scoreboard.
So I think he's the 5th player to leave the field.
Yes, I think you're right, yeah. And probably out of the game entirely. And I think Reinach is the only one we haven't heard about who's being assessed at the moment. But
that's why it's very important we get that 1 meter.
Wow.
What an incredible 37 minutes of Test rugby. The Freedom Cup up for grabs at SkyStadium as we're underway again. Peter Steph du Toit wins the line-out. Esterhuizen gets an early touch. Now the box. Here is Willemse. Oh, and he threw a poor pass to Colby, who had to stretch back. And in doing so, he's knocked it on. But a big opportunity again.
Big half from Damien Willemse. And the only probably fault in that half was just now. He needed to put some footwork on. The opportunity here was for him just to have a dig. You're cramped for space. Colby really had nowhere to go. There's plenty of defenders here. We have seen how electrifying his footwork and his stepping and speed is, and he knows it. That expression shows it. But boy, again, the Springboks' ability to get the All Blacks in trouble defensively with their passing game.
Yeah, prepared to move that ball. Carter came up and the ball just went across the face of him just as he arrived, and that enabled that 2-on-1. But the scrambling defence of the All Blacks showed plenty of numbers getting back.
Crouch.
Job's not done for the All Blacks though. Escaping here will be hard. They will come hard at scrum time, the Springboks.
And they do. And they do, big time. And they will have another go.
I don't know.
As the scrum screws.
I don't know.
What they've done really well, the All Blacks, is they've managed to get ball in and ball out very quickly, and that's a situation there that maybe Satiti needs to pick it up.
I just think that was great from de Groot. There was some pressure coming through his side up against Thomas du Toit, and the Springboks got it initially.
Crouch.
Really good momentum start to that scrum, but he held tough, did Ethan de Groot.
Massive territorial advantage to the Springboks. Off the back goes Satiti.
Please stop. Now use it.
Christie checks behind. See who wants to do the clearing. And onto his left boot goes Bowden Barrett, but it won't go out. So Colby. Now Willemse. Away for Lebok. Drops it off to Esterhuizen. The ball goes back. Snapped up by Visa.
Oh,
boy, what a run from Jasper Visa. Now Williams. Lebok holds it up. Oh, he just couldn't get a hold of it, Kanan Moody. And he knocked it on, but they are dangerous every time they touch it.
Oh, they are. Their combo's working really well between the power game, the hard running forwards. Check this out. Boom. Samasoni Taukiaho, you do not see that very often. Jasper Visa, the power. And they're slick as well when they need to be. Just the timing slightly off there from Moody, but the balance in their game at the moment is impressive. But the All Blacks, hey, you have to say, for everything they've thrown at them, the Springboks, the All Blacks defence, scramble, or whether it's aligned and in sync, has been very good to hold out what has been a very, very good attacking game in the first half from the Springboks.
Kobus Reinach is back on the sideline. He has passed his HII. I anticipate he will come back after half-time.
Which is almost with us. We've had the siren already. So the All Blacks, no doubt, will get it in and get it out.
Quick reset, let's go. No space.
How about the stamp of Tony Brown on the Springbok backline in this first half?
Right, quick reset, no space, let's go. Crouch! Bind! Set! Hold! No.
So this will go straight out. It does. As Wallace Satiti boots it into touch. What a first half we've had here at SkyStadium. It has had everything. And at the break, the All Blacks lead by 10 points to 7.
Kia ora te whanau, welcome back to SkyStadium here in the capital, and what a first half of footy we have had on our hands. The All Blacks in the lead against the greatest rivalry, the Springboks, 10 points to 7. I've got Kieran Reid and Mills Muliaina alongside me, and Mills, we got a traditional test match at Eden Park. She was all go the minute that whistle blew tonight.
All you can say is wow. You know, the Springboks started with a hiss and a roar, the All Blacks holding them out, and man, if anything's to go by that first half, this second half is going to be one of sort of just trying to stay in it, Rito.
I'm not sure what the defence coaches on both teams are going to be saying, because there's been gaps opening up, right? Like, both teams are attacking from anywhere. You can see the passing sticking tonight, which is great to see. It's just been kind of scrambled defence that's keeping the teams in it. A couple intercepts here, just the final pass not going to hand a couple of times for the box, but yeah, it's great to watch, you know, like this attacking brand of rugby. Like, where's this come from? Yeah,
the fans have not been able to move. I tell you what, they have been so riding every single moment of this first 40 minutes here. We're asking you to scan the QR code below there. Who will secure the Freedom Cup? Now you've seen the first half. All Blacks too close to call, all South Africa. Still a lot of very, very confident All Black fans. Toyota proudly taking New Zealanders' places and bringing you this Toyota Match Report. Toyota has a car for every Kiwi and every Kiwi's journey. Wherever you're going in life, there's a Toyota to help you get there. And speaking of getting to places, I tell you what, we were going places in the first moments of this game, and there was plenty to cheer about, especially if you were here support Leroy Carter.
Yeah, look, I think the build-up, this is showing the whole build-up to Leroy's try, right? Like, and it's just going side to side, find the space where they can. They went through the hands to go to the left-hand side, and then the kick pass option, found ourselves in the right-hand corner. But then just look at the skill level from these players here. Ethan de Groot on his knees out the back, finding how many sets of hands, Dane McKenzie and Tupuvai with the final pass. Leroy Carter, you can't really beat that, can you, on debut? And look how much it means to him.
It was pretty special, and South Africa had to reply, and they had their moments, but then it was this. Colby, I mean, who doesn't love seeing him at full noise?
Well, we don't love seeing him like at full noise like that. It was an opportunist moment, wasn't it? So, and he took it. It was the All Blacks were down there, and they said, this is what this test match is made. It's a test match. You're thinking it's like the skill set that both teams are showing, and a desperation also in the scramble defence to get across, but not just sort of ride the tackle, actually dominate the tackle when they've needed to. So, but that moment there was a big turning point. I mean, 10-7 at half-time. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. And she's looking an absolute picture, SkyStadium. You can see behind us, it was all go. The lights are on here. We've got some Whitney Houston in the background. The crowd is riding high here, whether you support the Springboks or the All Blacks. It was such a fast start. Such a fast start, particularly by the Springboks. And you saw how much the fast start for the All Blacks worked last week, Kieran.
Yeah, exactly. Right from the kickoff, right? They got their hands on the ball. And then this just showed, I guess, the changes they made. Ngomazulu came in, and he just kind of held the strings. And, you know, what about this effort from Geordie Barrett, which is outstanding.
That was huge.
But the Boks played with the ball. They played with the ball, used the hands, got over the line twice, but didn't quite get the reward early.
Man, they didn't. And just a couple of little wee moments here. Wow, a massive tackle. They had to come back after the conversion was taken. Good pick up from the TMO. We won't bag the TMO from now on. The fact that they picked it up later on. But yeah, it has. The Springboks came out, the way they sort of ran everything, but also on the other side, the All Blacks to be able to hold them out. And some players also had a massive start, Leroy Carter in particular.
Please, can we talk about Leroy Carter? On debut tonight, one game for the All Blacks, one try in the bank. I'd almost retire after that, but that's just a me thing. But he was genuinely superb.
Oh, coming up to one of the greatest wingers in the game, right? And Colby, and he's held his own, and he's found his way to make moments like that one there coming off his wing. You know, creating that little bit of extra spark, and I just think he's really enjoying himself out there, and you can see the way both teams are playing. It probably really suits his game.
Not overplaying his role either. He's getting in there, he's getting a monster. He's not showing off certain things, but man, he has had a very, very good start to his Test-match career.
He absolutely has. It's all looking a bit easy. Let's head downstairs to Charlie now with our Betcha Odds.
Oh my word, Laura, that...
Too far away here on Sky Sport. We have a little poll update for you, and we are still thinking it is the All Blacks to take home the Freedom Cup. That is what the fans are saying. We'd love to hear from you throughout the show. We've got 40 minutes of footy left. Who is going to take this one? Who's going to take the points? Who's taking the Freedom Cup? The All Blacks in the lead, 10 points to 7. We take a quick break, and when we come back, the second half.
I like we had some courage, you know, and we're playing the style that we want to play. Just got to keep the balance, make sure that if South Africa adjust and show a bit more width in their D-line, that we can go through them a little bit more. So we just want to make some decisions and keep some balance in how we play.
And in regards to the way that they're playing, how do you counter that?
Yeah, look, they're as we suspected, the physicality in the kick game is still a big part of the game, isn't it? But South Africa want to play a bit as well, don't they? So we've got to keep our width and make sure we keep coming forward and take their time and space away.
Good luck, Sigana.
Thanks, Goldie.
Felix, was the game plan right in the first 40 minutes?
Yeah, but you know, like any test match, sometimes the flow can swing on one or two big moments, and New Zealand had a great passage of play where they stretched us around and managed to score off it, but we fought back well, so we feel we're right in it.
You happy with the balance of playing and kicking the ball?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, actually, I think New Zealand actually have a higher kick rate at the moment compared to us, but that's a reflection of the amount of territory we've had and the amount of pressure we put on them inside their own 22.
Thanks. Good luck, Sigana.
Thanks.
Felix Jones for the Springboks, and boy, have they had some upsets in terms of personnel. A number of replacement players on the field.
Is there a countdown for this?
The All Blacks losing their halfback Noah Hotham in the first half. Been a high casualty rate in a high-speed contest.
What side you think?
So Kobus Ranak is back for the Springboks. A lot to look forward to as the second half is kicked off and taken down by Jasper Wiese, who brushes one man aside and gets outside the 22.
9, use it. No.
Ranak.
No. I told you it's not. 9, let's go.
Can't look for the touchline. Has to keep it in the field to
Open
play.
up.
McKenzie goes in hard. Oh, beautifully done, Damien McKenzie. One of the smallest players out there. Christie works the blind side. Geordie Barrett. So the All Blacks have an early opportunity. Taken up by Satiti. Almost got through. Slipped the pass to Scott Barrett.
He's on the way. He's on the way.
Now Christie swings it away for McKenzie. First receiver. Now Jordan. Quick hands required, and they get it wide, but they've thrown it forward.
Forward pass.
I think the call came from the touch on the far side.
Yeah, again, the All Blacks looking to find those wide channels. Nice little shift here in the middle from Talkeaho and Will Jordan's slick hands from Leroy Carter, just slightly drifted forward. Willemse, who is now obviously playing at fullback, he was biting in as that last defender put enough pressure on that pass to stop what was an early opportunity for the All Blacks.
And these are a couple of early changes. Jan Hendrik Wessels comes on, as does Wilco Lowe, so both props are done. Not sure why you'd wait a minute, but
okay, good to go. Forward pass, time back on.
And Thomas, they come off, so some impact up front looked for by the Springboks, and they've gone to their bench early. And on that last play there, just that last receiver when there is a little bit of pressure on the second to last man. Just coming in a little bit tighter, so that pass just doesn't have to be delivered so wide.
Crouch! Bind! Stand! Straight down, 6 of you. Up, straight
so
down.
The Springboks with 2 new props. Hendrik Vessels on as a prop this week.
Straight down.
Was a reserve hooker last week.
Don't
Talk
overlean.
about versatility.
Don't overlean.
Well, they've got some punch now. The Springboks will obviously Andre Esthuizen coming in to the 12 shirt. So when you've got him and Moody in the midfield, and then Ethan Hooker from this particular side of the field, you've got some real damage you can do close to the scrum. That opens up the width as well, though.
So in it goes from Reineck. Oh, big scrum, big scrum. All Blacks going backwards. Reineck has a crack and high tackle. Here goes Khaleesi up the middle. Sia Khaleesi. Now, can they cash in? Esthuizen away for Colby. Cheslin Colby gets a double.
Wow, you want to talk about dynamic. Reineck was the instigator, but the ability for Sia Khaleesi, inspirational captain for the Springboks, to spot an opportunity, and he just put his head down. Here's a penalty from the scrum. They decide to play the Springboks off Guy Reineck. The little pop on the ground, and Khaleesi just backs himself, scrambling back Geordie Barrett, and then from there the recycle was really quick. Esthuizen went into scrum half, and the pass on the width to Colby. What a start in the second half.
Yeah, and the advantage of that scrum was it took pretty much all of that forward group out of play for the All Blacks, because they were taken to the sideline. They were out of play, they couldn't recover, and the All Blacks are going to respond. They're going to change their props quickly as the kick drifts back towards and is over.
That is a great kick by Mani Labok. 2 tries tonight for Cheslin Colby. And the Springboks strike early.
Those changes are made to Mighty Williams and Fletcher Newell. They go on. There's the last pass. You're not going to stop Cheslin Colby that close to the line. Nothing Carter could do. Great finish, great try.
Good to go. Let's go.
Great start to the second half for the Boks, as the kickoff is made by Bowden Barrett, taken down by Jasper Visa.
Now use it.
Now Reineck. Again, McKenzie says mine. Beaten to it though by Colby. Important win by Cheslin Colby off the back of a try. Here go the Springboks going wide again. Now a chance for Ethan Hooker. Just on their own side of halfway. Playing with some real energy are the Springboks. Now the little jab through by Reineck. Bowden Barrett swings it wide for McKenzie. Looking for some wide open spaces, but Colby, he's everywhere. Cheslin Colby. Kicking is not a big part of his game though. And the All Blacks take it down through Carter. Pops it up to Scott Barrett. Ball drops back and into touch they go. Quickly thrown by Marks. They want the game to keep going, the Boks. Here's Peter Steph du Toit. Gets it away to Willemse. All Blacks having to scramble back. Kept in by Jordan. And he's going to try and open it up. Away for Bowden Barrett. Now McKenzie. Game being played at exceptional pace. Scott Barrett's walking back in the foreground there, not looking too flash. Here goes Colby. Oh, Kupo Vai put a hit on him. Not sure there were any arms in the tackle though. And they're going to get a penalty. There were no arms in the tackle.
Oh, and there's some push and shove. And why wouldn't there be the greatest rivalry? Man, if there was any chat going on at half-time about maybe set a little structure, they're going to look at the Tupuvai challenge here on Colby.
Okay, we have a second scuffle now in the game. Yeah. Okay. It was tackle off the ball by you, so it's going to be their penalty. Next time, who initiates the scuffle by both teams is a penalty. Okay. Speak to your team.
Same guy, Same guy. Set it up. He's not the captain.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you've got to wrap the arm, don't you?
You do. You look at that's all on the ball as well. So absolutely nothing wrong with that. No need for that to go any further. I would say more than anything, Cheslin Colby, if he was going to be staying down, it'd be because he's exhausted. He was absolutely everywhere in that period of play.
I couldn't agree more. Positional play was beautiful, though. There's been some really strong kicking in this first few minutes of this half, but if we thought the first 40 was fast and impactful, it's almost come out of half-time up a gear once again, because who wants to own this first 20 minutes of the second half? Colby's getting some treatment. Impact players. Williams is the only guy who's up, and he's up again for the Springboks.
Yeah, well, as mentioned, Grant Williams can play on the wing. He's got very, very good speed. So, obviously, with them now right at the end of their resources, he is the reserve scrum half, but equally, if Colby was to go off, he is able to slot onto the wing.
It's a blame game going on the whole game. It's a nice physical game.
I just wonder, Jeff, whether or not Sia Kolisi is thinking about banking free here. It's just about how strong that wind is in the face of Marnie LeBlanc.
It's a nice physical game. That's good.
Yeah, it's a really good point, because they've chanced their arm on a number of occasions, but just to give them a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more space on the scoreboard, and build on the momentum they have had, and there've been plenty of it. This has been an impressive 6 minutes.
I'm not sure Colby is going to be with us for much longer. What an outstanding contribution he's made.
I'll just check whether or not that's an HIA. He's going to the tunnel. It is an HIA, so another player getting checked.
Well, there certainly was no head contact there, was there?
No.
It was all shoulder on ball, and yes, he didn't wrap his arm around, but certainly not a high shot. So he must have suffered that somewhere else in that sequence.
Marnie LeBlanc to add to the Springbok lead. Struck it well, drifting, and in it goes. And the Springboks increase their lead to 17 points to 10. The restart, taken down by Visa, chased and taken by Carter, and a good tackle.
And now use it.
Now Reineck with Scott Barrett ready to charge. Plenty of a contest for the ball, and it bounces back. It's gone loose and controlled by Malcolm Marks for the Springboks. Taken up by Visa. Took it outside the 22. So now Reineck. All Blacks waiting back.
Good kick.
Beautifully weighted kick. And the ball claimed too. Great work by Booker for the Springboks. Now LeBlanc. Just near halfway.
Use it.
Springboks with all the momentum so far in the second half. Schneemann. And then the little kick through by Willemse.
It's good rugby. The kicks are outstanding in terms of their distance. They're committing themselves in the air and controlling it again, and then allowing them to push the All Blacks back. How do the All Blacks respond?
Line out throw is successful. So Bowden Barrett is going to hoof it hard down the middle.
That's
It's gone back inside. So this can't be kicked out directly. And Willemse waiting back. Christie goes after it. One or two of them do. Ball bounces loose. Now it's with Beauden Barrett. Proctor. Off goes Billy Proctor. And gets his pass off to Geordie Barrett.
Yeah. Sorry, Nisbo, but absolutely that had to have been knocked on. It took them a while to pick it up, but it looked clearly like Finlay Christie fumbled it forward and it might have hit a player in front of him, but I think they've eventually worked it out.
It's a knock-on.
I'll tell you what, Justin, Finlay Christie's got a bit of a limp on as well.
Yeah, it's gone possibly off Scott Barrett into Finlay Christie, back to Scott Barrett. Certainly a knock-on within there. Apalele Fase. Obviously in that moon boot. Boy, I can tell you, not only is there some fatigue, physicality, this test match has taken its toll already.
Crouch! Point! Pressure coming through.
Free kick for the Springboks.
Pressure coming through. Same as them in the first half, too much pressure coming through.
So a free kick. Probably just launch a high up and under here and see what happens. Mani Lebok, 10 minutes into the second half. The Springboks the only team to score in the second spell so far. Lebok pushing it a wee bit too far. And an easy mark.
It's quite smart what the Springboks have done. So they've moved Ethan Hooker across to the right wing to replace Colby, because predominantly a lot of the kicking in the strategy in terms of the game has been played on this side of the field. So with his height and his ability in the air, it's quite a smart decision to leave the scrum half, who's gone onto the left wing on the other side.
I think he's a receiver.
So Marks to the line out.
Good contest.
Well, nicely won by Nokia, but the All Blacks have grabbed it off him. Here's Satiti. 5 metres in Springbok territory. Away for Geordie Barrett. All Blacks go to the air. Oh, it has been misjudged. And it's fallen for Leroy Carter. Lays it back nicely for Christie. Now the All Blacks looking wide again. Here's Artie Savia. Away for Bate. Down on the tackle of Dutoy. Ball is there for Christie.
Lost it.
Jordan at first receiver.
No hands now.
Defence holding up well for the Springboks. Now Tokiaho, quick hands, Jordan could open up here. Jordan holds it up. Oh, the pass was low. And not able to snap it up was Carter. It was a tough one.
Injection of speed from Will Jordan. They worked it so well to bring him into the game, and then he just put the hammer down. Again, I just wonder whether or not he just should have had more of a go. Here he goes, Will Jordan, he's through. And as he's coming to the last defender, which was Willemse. No, in fact, it was Lebok. They were really well covered there. It's just one of those ones where there's a lot of defenders here, and Scott Robinson's expression probably says the same thing. Maybe just have taken that defender on and taken the contact, because they were certainly having to scramble back the Springboks.
It's so challenging. It's so challenging when Will Jordan goes to the outside with his speed, and he could have quite easily just drifted. I'll tell you who did well was Grant Williams. He turned and got back and just got into that passing lane.
Yeah.
So the close pass wasn't on.
They had to pull back. Make sure you control the weight. Take the pressure.
I think very intentionally they've got one mindset at the scrum tonight. The Springboks won a free kick off the last scrum. They'll be going at this one with everything they've got just to get an easy exit out of here, piggyback off the penalty. All Blacks will be aware though.
Point! Set! Hold!
Front row's gone down.
Pressure and pull. Pressure and pull. Again, too much challenging.
Very much an All Black scrum under pressure here tonight.
Oh, no.
I think you'll find there's a change coming at hooker for the All Blacks very, very soon. Brodie McAllister is up. It'll be for Samisoni Taukei'aho when it happens.
Too much challenging, and outside is pull.
Which is now, as we have a look at this.
Gone short line out for the majority of the game of the All Blacks, as Taukei'aho leaves the field. Good shift from him. Seemed very persistent in that.
Too much pressure.
4 or 5 mans. This one's a 4-man for their exits.
Mark's throw. Schneemann gets up and grabs it. Here's Khaleesi. Playing an inspired shift in the second half in particular. Lebock. McKenzie coming hard. Grabs it beautifully. It's there for Christie. Taken up by Tupou Vai as Christie looks behind for Beauden Barrett. Now the chase is coming. Willems are coming forward. Ball bouncing forward and picked up by Peter Steph du Toit for the Springboks. Now Reinach gets in there. Willemsen beautifully away to hooker. All Blacks might have turned him here. Ardie Savia, great turnover. Now Beauden Barrett, they decide to go wide. McKenzie shovels it on. Here's Satiti. Looking to open this game up, the All Blacks, and play at speed. Christie. McKenzie moves it on for Williams, to Mighty Williams. Borders there again for Christie. Now Beauden Barrett jabs a little kick forward. Taken down by Visa. Covering back beautifully. And the ball is on the Springbok side. Reinach marshalling the troops. And another knock on.
Oh, some good work there at the breakdown. It possibly was from Brodie McAllister. Stayed in the fight at the breakdown. Check this out from Ardie Savia. Excellent tackle from Billy Proctor. You could argue that there was no chance for the tackled player to release there. He was a second arriving player, Ardie Savia. And there's the work of Brodie McAllister at the breakdown, forces Kobus Reinach into the mistake.
Yeah, I mentioned the energy yet in the first half, but Reinach went off with an HIA. He's come back on after half-time, but they have nothing left in terms of backs on their bench other than the possibility of Quagga Smith, who's pretty much covering everything right now. So in terms of the tempo, if it's going to take a toll, it's whether or not this forward pack here for the Springboks can continue to operate with the intensity they've found in the first 16 minutes.
Just heard too that Cheslin Colby won't be back. Here goes Satiti, puts the foot down, slips it off to Geordie Barrett. Oh, that's dangerous, I think. Referee says play on, so they do. Here's Christie. Taken up by Beauden Barrett. Christie swings it away quickly. Here's Carter in again. Really getting himself around the field as Christie feeds it up again. All Blacks trying to play the width game as Billy Proctor slips through. Gets up and goes again. Now Christie. Beauden Barrett, lovely pass to Geordie. Springbok defence scrambling to hang on here. Jordan back on the inside for Mighty Williams. Slow ball though, McKenzie. Here comes Scott Barrett. Ball available again, penalty.
Okay, time is on. Time is off. Sorry. See ya. See ya. Come in.
So he wants to have a chat.
Scott. See ya.
Shakuli.
Okay. You got a decision here, but what I have is too much crying going on, okay? Off feed, offside, no call from everybody. Let's get back to the values, please. Speak to your players, get on with the game. All right, let's go.
Very nice messaging. Really smart. There's a lot of players in his ear, basically commentating the game for him as he described it really well. You know, like, you're telling me it's a knock on, you're telling me he's offside. I don't need that. Oh, ref, you play.
And that substitution is coming, and Quagga Smith's the man, and it looks as though it's going to be Fasea Khaleesi, who I think has been outstanding, particularly in the second half. It was his break, and you can see him having one last word, the inspirational leader of the Springboks, before he leaves the field.
Awesome shift from Fasea Khaleesi. World class.
Brodie McAllister then. Barrett unchallenged. Oh dear. All Blacks have got themselves offside. They put a man between Scott Barrett and the Springboks.
8-second obstruction double back.
And it's against Wallace Satiti. So a big opportunity lost.
Number 8 obstruction.
What I did like, just as we've got the opportunity in that particular last couple of periods of attack for the All Blacks, was how Beauden Barrett's just slightly adjusted his depth. He's just allowing himself more time, and he's all of a sudden just laying players off him, taking a couple of steps. Billy Proctor went through. This is the penalty. Well justified. You can see there the blocking, but yeah, he's just started to recognise how he can find some space. The more he continues to do that, I think the better the All Black shape will look.
Just over 20 minutes left. Springboks win it through Nortje. Here is Quagga Smith. Good, solid start. Reinach. Again the high kick. Again it'll be a contest. And again it's won by the Springboks through Ethan Hooker. Now Reinach. Smith, nice skills, gets it away. Wide it goes. Esterhuizen pops the pass. Here's Grant Williams playing out on the left wing and doing a great job. Willemse. Now the race, Kanan Moody. Wow.
Option.
There's that speed of Grant Williams.
Okay,
just look at him shift when he gets the opportunity. I tell you, Esterhuizen's work, outstanding. It was prior to that, but then Williams just puts the foot down. He's got footwork, he's got speed on the inside to Willemse, and this sits up, and it doesn't. All Black defence was there, yes.
There's been a change in the midfield for the All Blacks, and Billy Proctor goes off, and Quinn Tupaia comes on, and we'll see if there's a reshuffle. Whether Jordie Barrett goes out into the 13th position. Proctor's been good, worked really hard for 60 minutes.
Agree. I think Billy Proctor's put in a really good performance in this test match. Both offence and defence.
Huge defensive line-out throw here for Brodie McAllister. Through it straight away, and the Springboks through Nortje. Now they have a shot at the line. Wessels. Referee looking closely, another go. All Blacks holding. Now Reinach slings it away. They're going to try and do it through the back line. And Willemse.
Huge moment in this test match. The All Blacks couldn't get their line out right. They competed in the middle, did the Springboks. Up they go. What a moment. Nortje. And then they batter away and decide to shift it. Marnie Leboc's pass was on the back shoulder of Willemse. But what a player he's been tonight, and he shows how explosive and dangerous he can be. That's close to the line, beats 3 defenders. Huge in the context of the game.
So often we've seen the Springboks just continue to bash away in the narrow channels to try and use their size. Tonight, what they've used in multiple occasions is their speed and their skill, and it was there, trusting one of their best tonight as the conversion goes over and the Springboks take complete control of this test match.
They absolutely do. At 24 points to 10, 14-point advantage. What a player he's been tonight. Damien Phillimser.
Wait.
18 minutes to go. Visa again takes it down. Quinn Tupaia up there quickly.
9. Use the ball.
So Reinach to kick once again from the base. Not quite the depth in this kick, but it's bounced favourably for the Springboks. And charging down goes Wilco Low. Nokia away for Peter Steph du Toit. Springboks playing all the rugby. Now here is Phillimser. Jabs a little kick through, but slightly misjudges.
I'd say for me, Justin, as the All Blacks have made a change, a reshuffle, Fabian Holland comes on. This has been some of the best rugby I've seen the Springboks play for a long time.
And isn't their game plan bang on? Like, they're winning the air big time in this second half as well. And then playing off it.
McAllister. Holland wins the line-out for the All Blacks. They're going to try something different. There's players all over the place, and referee went down in a heap as well. And it's been kicked out. I don't know whether... I think he's all right. He took pretty heavy contact. Oh, no, he's not all right. The referee is not all right at all. He's in a bit of trouble here, is Nika Amishkili. Have a look at the man in the white. Oh, he gets hit. He's going to carry on, though. Line-out's a shambles. All Blacks now, they get it back. Here's Tupaia. Away for Will Jordan. Big thump by Will Jordan. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well, the line-out went a miss again, but Beauden Barrett did really well off the mistake from Quacker Smith to just scramble it up, shift it into the space. This is his pass out to Will Jordan, but he just hits it too well with the wind at his back. And equally, if you get those revolutions, if that first bounces like that, sometimes can spell that sort of trouble. And it proved to be the case this time for Will Jordan.
Yeah, just when it kicks forward on that first bounce, gathers momentum and speed, and everything going the Springboks' way, but so much of it from their own doing. Hook has been so good on the right side of the field, contesting possession, but managed to force their way down the field.
I expect them to go tighter here. But they look to use Estes and his power. Moody.
Crouch!
Possibly Visa off the back.
Bind! Stand! Hold!
Again, they try the pressure at the line-out, at least the scrum, and this time the All Blacks win it. A rare scrum victory for the All Blacks tonight.
Cranking under pressure.
One of the things the Springboks do really well is they know how to close out games, squeeze games, particularly late in the piece when they're in control. And for Tamaiti Williams and this left-hand side and this forward pack of the All Blacks to force a penalty where the Springboks had so much momentum at scrum time is immense. Can they capitalise on it now? Change, Duplessis Kirifi coming on. That is going to be for Willis Atiti. And a change, Leroy Carter, who scored a try and debut. He is being replaced by Ruben Love.
I think equally, the All Blacks know how to chase the game. They really just need to focus. 10, 11, 12 phases. Fatigue this defence.
McAllister. Again, the line out goes astray. They've had some real issues, have the All Blacks, at set piece tonight.
Go back.
So the Springboks back in possession. All Blacks needing to score 3 times to regain the Freedom Cup. A draw won't do it. As the kickoff, ball top, bouncing round, knocked on.
Yeah, look, when you've got over 110 kegs in the midfield coming at you, and he gets an opportunity to line you up, he's not going to miss. Here's the line-out steal. Peter Steph-Toy jumping at the front, gets up, wins the line-out, turnover possession, and bang! In comes Esthazen, and he doesn't tend to miss when he's got a target like that.
Let's go get the gap right.
Well, the Springboks, what they have done in terms of the defensive line is they've filled it with numbers because they know the All Blacks are going to want to play, and their chase has been very good. Their chase line is connected, good in the air. It's a matter now. In the first half, the All Blacks were able to go side to side, edge to edge. They haven't managed to achieve this. Now, I imagine the Springboks will be very direct in their play.
Get the ball out, get the ball out.
Got to get the ball out quickly, does so. Big thumping run by Esthazen. Now the Springboks. Loose pass, but Willemse tidies up. All Blacks got over the top of that, and they've got a penalty advantage coming their way if required. So Christie sends it off to Jordan. Now Bowden Barrett. There's some wide open spaces near the 22, run down by Williams. Now Hooker. Oh, the big man straight up the middle he goes. Ethan Hooker. What a run that is. All Blacks look to turn it over, can't do it. Reinach. Now Willemse, now he releases. Artie Savia over the top, can't get it. Reinach again. Now Visa.
All the way.
Reinach again. Moody. Esthazen. Again showing power down to the 22.
Chance.
Here's the cross kick. Peter Steph-Toy. Oh, did he get him early? Got it away anyway. Oh, sensational. Quagga Smith for the Springboks.
Wow, we have to say, the All Blacks scored a pretty spectacular one in the first half. This is its equal. The breakout from Ethan Hooker was sensational. Here he goes on counter-attack and goes, you know what? I'm going to have a go. Skins 2 defenders here, goes around another, and then just powers into contact, bang. And then from there, they had 2 or 3 digs until the opportunity comes for Mani Lebok. Puts it on a dime. Look at that. There's the offload from Peter Steph-Toy. What awareness, what a finish. The Springboks, that is magic.
First class, world class. You're not going to see much better than that. You've seen one great try from the All Blacks in the first half, but one just as good as you said, Justin Marshall in the second. And they have taken this game. They've owned the second 30 minutes in the second half.
This time the conversion swings wide. But the Springboks have scored their 4th try, a bonus point in the Rugby Championship. And Quagga Smith, such a versatile player. And he gets try number 4. And at 29 points to 10, you'd have to think the Freedom Cup will stay in South Africa unless there's a miracle.
Tackle. Don't play the ball.
Reinach.
Use.
Schneemann, who's been on the field for most of the game. When Luke de Jager left early. Reinach again.
Back court.
deflected back into the arms of McKenzie. And the Springbok defence has been outstanding, and they've turned it over again.
Yeah, McKenzie just wasn't quite sure whether he wanted to pass or not. And then when he made his decision to go to contact, he was compromised. Couldn't really get a lead shoulder, and the reserve hooker Manus van der Merwe, he just got on it so quickly, presented a really stable presentation to the referee to say, I'm on my feet, I'm solid, and I've got my hands on the board. On the ball, I should say.
Well, you wonder whether or not this is that evolution of the Springbok game. When Tony Brown was brought into the coaching staff, we all wondered about the selection of the players, and there it is. The biggest defeat at home is a 15-point defeat versus Australia, 1964. But this selection, we wondered how it would come together, but there's been some performances. Willemse looks so very, very good. Reinach has done a great job. Lebok off the bench.
Peter Steph-Toy making the decisions now. Tipped on the All Black side, and Beauden Barrett hoofs it off downfield, and it's gone into touch.
That's good from the All Blacks. And Fabian Holland, get up, compete. Look at that, it's a magnificent shot. Iaka was going up in the middle, but he went early, Holland, but his lifters did a great job in keeping him up there. And with one hand, he bats it away and repels the Springboks.
What a difference a week can make. Springboks delivered by Du Toit. Lebok goes high again. And the Springboks win it again through Moody. Now here's Visa. Carried on by Smith. Reinach. Here's Snyman. R.G. Snyman. Denied earlier. Gets the 5th try for the Springboks.
Oh, record breaking. Not since 64. We saw the graphic before. Well, at the moment they're smashing it, the Springboks. R.G. Snyman. Lovely little bit of play. The work from Visa to go through the middle. The All Blacks bolted up out of line. They tried to snuff it out early. Instead, nobody took the actual ball carrier. So they all go up. Nobody hits the ball carrier. He maintains his line. Lovely pass from Reinach. What are we witnessing? Could this be the best Springbok performance we have ever seen?
Well, he named his side, Rassie Erasmus, on Monday night this week, and he's clearly laid them to challenge at half-time. And this has been as good a half against the All Blacks as you will see. 34-10, conversion to come. So impressive. Forward pack, back line and sync. Outstanding rugby.
29 unanswered points in the second half from the Springboks. And they are totally dominant. What a sight that is. The Springboks beat the All Blacks at Twickenham a couple of years ago by 35-7, and this is similar. Ball taken down. All Blacks have it through Quinn Tupaia. Now Christie away for Geordie Barrett. There it is for Christie again. Now Holland, McKenzie sends it on to Scott Barrett. Tupaia. And a loose pass. But it's a penalty against the Springboks.
18 green offside.
A worry for the All Blacks, obviously, about they need to go to touch from here. I don't think scrum's option because it's not as stable as you would have liked to have been in the second half, and equally neither has the line-out been. But that's simply the best option from that particular penalty for them, apart from a quick tap.
No, I think you're right, Justin, but that will be a lot of the talking point, is the fact that the set piece for the Springboks has really put the All Blacks under pressure in the second half and taken the game away from this New Zealand side.
So McAllister Finding Holland, gives it back to McAllister. Taken in by Ruben Love. Now the All Blacks through Karifi, McKenzie. Wide they go to Jordan. Here's another test. Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether he forced that.
What's that? Maybe it's short and then knock forward.
I think it might be short, knock forward, but I don't have a clear grounding. Okay. So on foot, knock on in the field of play confirmed by.
Well, looks like one of the great finishers in world rugby might have made a mess of this. He has.
I think he knew. I think Will Jordan knew. Look, the work of Grant Williams to just be in the fight. He had space, Will Jordan. He had the line beckoning, but the tackle was right around the bootlaces, so it made him stretch. It made him have to work. Here's the space. You can see there, in fact, Grant Williams is on the inside, and he absolutely hammers it to that touchline, and it's perfect, that tackle.
That is an outstanding tackle. You look at the ground he had to cover to get across, and his angle was perfect, technique on point, remarkable.
3.5 minutes left in one of the great Springbok performances of all time. Here's Quagga Smith off the back of the scrum. Now the clearing kick downfield.
That is so good from that angle. But you have to say, I thought initially Mani Lebok was possibly just kicking a little too much at the back end of that first half, but his performance in the second half has been a catalyst for how well the Springboks have played. He has to be commended for his performance.
McAllister throws, stretching up. Christie just tries to tap it on, and Lebok almost got a hold of that. Play on, and Will Jordan takes it into the setup. Can the All Blacks produce something in the second half? Anything? The wide kick, tipped back on the inside, grabbed by the Springboks, and now Du Toit. Snapped up by Smith.
No hands, no.
Now Reinach arrives. Away it goes wide. Here's one of the outstanding players, Willemse. Ball popped up, Williams. Now Jordan. Sends it wide into the midfield. Little kick through by Adi Savia. The bounce didn't go his way, knocked it on anyway.
No hands, no, lost.
As Reinach stretches in. Here's Willemse again. Got the pass away. Esterhuizen! Oh boy, that is sensational rugby from the Springboks.
Oh boy, all right, you called it, Nisbo. Boy, oh boy. That is so impressive, it really is. Bleeding, bloody, tough, skillful. It has been almost the most complete performance. Willemse spotted the mismatch with Tamaiti Williams out there, puts the foot down. Williams equally, jet shoes, and then back on the inside, you give it to the power, the brutal power of Esterhuizen. How good.
I cannot remember a better 40 minutes of rugby for a long, long time. And against the All Blacks at home, after defeat at Eden Park, that coaching staff celebrate. They've clearly prepared well. They've played the full 80. And this crowd has been treated to something very special from the visitors.
Here goes the conversion. And of course it's over. 43 points to 10. So clinical. 36-0 in the second half. Into the last few seconds of the game. The Springboks don't need to play any more footy. They've done it all. They have completely embarrassed the All Blacks at SkyStadium with a magnificent performance. A record-breaking 43 points to 10.
Oh, what a performance by the Springboks. The accuracy, the intent to play. Nobody can argue about their game plan, their execution, and the way they wanted to play. They have shown the ability that they are not just a team that plays territory and kicking strategy, that they have some firepower, some strike in their back line and their forward pack across the park, and they can play a pace and tempo when they want to with the right mindset that can put a score on like that against the All Blacks at home. Incredible.
The Freedom Cup, well and truly retained by the Springboks. 6 tries to 1. We go to hear now from one of the outstanding players, Damian Willemse, with Joe Wheeler.
Thank you, Nismo. Damian Willemse, take a breath. I can see it all over your face, the pure joy. Come to here, SkyStadium, Dunedin, after the disappointment at Eden Park, and put on an absolute clinic. You must be so proud of your performance, but also your team's performance tonight.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to give thanks and praise to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Secondly, this performance was for Bevan Fortuin, a close friend of mine, as well as to our coach, Coach Rassi, who's been taking a lot of shots and been backing us as a team. We knew it was going to come, but yeah, just a very good week from us. Credit to the boys, they stepped up and played a fantastic game of rugby.
What changed in a week? Obviously last week it was a titanic battle, but this week just a different team, different Springbok teams turned up, so many changes. What was the mindset going into this game?
Very positive mindset. I think after reviewing last week's game, we knew exactly where we went wrong at Eden Park. And yeah, I think just the conversion in the 22 which let us down last week, and I think you saw that tonight. We were much clinical, and credit to the boys who've been sitting on those laptops making plans. Again, credit to the coaching staff for stepping up and helping us. So it's an all-out team effort.
And what did you see in the All Blacks? What opportunities did you see? Because you were simply outstanding everywhere, both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, I think for us, as they played as well, there was opportunity for both sides. I think we just took our opportunities and capitalized and put scoreboard pressure on them. And yeah, I just think the boys, they gave it everything, man. You can see how happy everyone is. We put everything into this.
The Freedom Cup getting filled with brandy tonight? Yes, bring it home, come on. Enjoy, mate, well done.
Wow, what a performance, Justin.
Oh, it certainly was. Now, when you think about the fact that he had to shift Damian Willemse from his original starting position of 12 to fullback because of the injuries, but he just couldn't stay out of the game. He was all over it. These are just some of the micro moments and a macro performance from Damian Willemse. He was absolutely out the gate, unbelievable today. And Rassi's making his way down out of the crowd. The smiles are very evident, because why wouldn't you, as a coach of a team and a captain like Siya Kolisi, when you see a performance like that from your side, you could be nothing but proud, and also thinking about the future. Man, we can be dangerous if we're like this every week.
What a complete performance. And the dejection from the All Blacks. They had no answers, particularly in the second half, to an onslaught. There we have it. The All Blacks, their biggest ever defeat. 33 points. That is remarkable. Over 100+ years, the All Blacks have been humiliated at SkyStadium tonight, and some real thinking will now have to go on, because the Rugby Championship continues. A lot of Springbok supporters in the crowd here tonight. Well, they just love SkyStadium. 2 wins and a draw in their last 3 matches. Man of the match. Don't know. I think we might have just spoken to him.
We might very well have, but there was some... And Jasper Wiese, the number 8, that's him there in frame. What a performance he put in. They said that he was going to be ready to play, and he certainly was, but so was every Springbok. They all performed their roles really well. Canan Moody there, outstanding. Let's not think about Cheslin Colby. How good was he over the 60 minutes he was on the field? And I guess the disappointing thing for the All Blacks is the first half aside, we have to think about that second half. You know, who really tried to grab the game? They just weren't allowed to. They just were played out of the game by the Springboks. Their game plan, their thought process, their work in the air, the All Blacks struggled in that department again. And it just kept inviting the Springboks into the game. How good was Ethan Hooker in this boat?
How good was Ethan Hooker? And you've got to consider too, Justin, the number of injuries they had during the game. And they were still able to adapt and come up with their biggest ever defeat that the All Blacks have suffered in their history. That will take some getting over.
Oh, it will. And they had no answers, really. I think that was very evident. No answers.
Well, the Freedom Cup has been defended well and truly. Let's go to the presentation area, and Laura.
Thank you very much. 2 extraordinary test matches, the greatest rivalry, the All Blacks v the Springboks, and what a superb night we've had here in Wellington. We are ready now for the presentation of the Freedom Cup. I'd like to welcome Matthew Cooper from New Zealand Rugby. He's the president beside me here, and Mark Alexander from the South African Rugby Union. He is the deputy president. We'll start, though, by talking to All Blacks captain Scott Barrett. That was a tough loss. Initial thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow. The Springboks certainly showed up and took a real improvement from last week, and we certainly didn't adjust. So, yeah, well done to Sia and his team.
What were the main areas of concern for you?
Yeah, I think across the board, like our scrum was under pressure. You know, we had limited opportunities, and I think the Boks really took theirs.
1v2 in the world, they were always going to be hard-fought battles, and they've certainly been both. Both of the test matches have been superb. The fans have loved them. We've had 2 great crowds. What was it like here to play at a sold-out Cape Town?
Yeah, the fans over the past 2 weeks have been amazing. Yeah, we thank you guys for coming out last week, and certainly tonight we feel you right in behind. Certainly gutted that we couldn't quite get the job done tonight, though.
A quick word on your debutant tonight, a real highlight when he scored that try.
Yeah, I guess it's not all bad. You know, we'll celebrate Leroy's debut, and it certainly made an impact tonight. So, yeah, there's a wee blessing there.
A week off, and then you take on the Wallabies. What will be the main work-ons, would you say?
Yeah, I think we have a moment, have a bit of space, and you know, there's a lot of areas that we can get better. I think it starts individually, so yeah. Each one of this group's pretty hungry to get better, so you know, we'll make an adjustment heading forward.
Hard luck tonight. Thank you for your time.
Cheers. Thanks, Laura.
I'd now like to welcome over the Springboks captain Sia Kolisi. Sia, first of all, congratulations. That was one heck of a performance in front of a very loud and proud South African crowd here in New Zealand. How was your assessment of that one?
Yeah, first of all, we would like to take the moment to say thanks to the All Blacks for a tough match. It's been a tough 2 weeks for our team. And also to thank all the South Africans that came to support us. Yeah, thank you so much. And I know a lot of you come from all over the world. You didn't give up on us last week. You came through this weekend. We saw you at the hotel. I got goosebumps walking out of the hotel to see so many South Africans coming up. And yeah, I want to give credit to my boys. We didn't give up. And to our coach as well, to giving guys opportunity in a games like this. It's a squad effort, you know, it's a squad effort. Everybody was talking about a young team. How do you make the young teams experience? You get them to play. So thank you to them and the guys that didn't get opportunity to play in New Zealand.
It was an extraordinary change from last week, although there were moments in the Eden Park Test match where you got close, especially the last 20 minutes. What were the work-ons for you coming into this one?
To take our opportunities when we get them. We created 13 opportunities. Sometimes teams don't get those opportunities against New Zealand. It's really hard to get in the 22. And we played fearless. We said we're not going to hold back. We know what we need to do. And we believed in ourselves. That was the most important thing out there. We told the guys, like Sasha, we don't box them. Do what's in your skill set and go 100%. And that's what we did today.
43 points to 10. There's winning and then there's winning like that. When you have a look at all your wins in the Springbok jersey, including World Cups, where does this win rate for you?
Well, it's all we just wanted was a win, and we're just happy that we got the fight to be able to fight for the rugby championship. So it's open now. So that's all that matters to us.
It's been a while since you've been in New Zealand. Have you enjoyed your time?
Yeah, it's been amazing. The people of Wellington have been amazing, and in Auckland as well. Thank you so much for the hospitality. Yeah, everything has been great.
All right, well, thank you very much. I'm going to step aside here and I'm going to get Mark Alexander, who's the Deputy President of South African Rugby, to hand you the Freedom Cup. Sia Kolisi and the Springboks have retained it.
Everybody wants a piece of the Freedom Cup. The All Blacks won at Eden Park, but the Springboks have absolutely annihilated the All Blacks at SkyStadium, and there'll be so many talking points to come out of this game for sure. But the final score here at SkyStadium, can you believe this? South Africa 43, New Zealand 10. We'll be back after the break with our post-analysis and comment on this test match from Wellington.